Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Graham and today we have another Hot Toys figure preview for you. Hot Toys showing us some love for DC fans out there by reissuing Catwoman from the Dark Knight Trilogy. This is quite a surprise to me, at least. I wasn't thinking we would ever get another Catwoman reissue unless they made dramatic improvements to the figure, but it doesn't look like that's what they've done here. So let's take a look at the figure. I'll give you my thoughts. I'll let you know if I'm going to pick this up or if I'm going to pass. So before we talk about it, you should know that I do have the original Catwoman figure, and she is notorious for having the boots starting to peel and disintegrate, as well as those gloves or the sleeves that she comes with. The suit looks the exact same. I don't know if they've made any improvements to the pleather material. I would sure hope so. Now, I know some of this does depend on climate control, just taking care of your figure, but we gotta know, no matter what with some of these pleather figures, they're gonna start peeling no matter what. I know collectors out there that have taken very good care of the figure, and no matter what, over time, it starts to peel, and she is, again, notorious for this problem. I've seen so many figures on eBay for sale. They all have the peeling problem. I've done a video on how to kind of fix that peeling problem, where we've used an acrylic paint, and you can go check that out right up here if you'd like, and then come back and finish this one. I'm also going to be doing another video in the next coming weeks. I have a different pair of boots and gloves coming, and we're going to try a fabric spray paint just to kind of see how that looks. So that is the biggest issue with this figure, and that's the biggest thing Hot Toys needs to take into consideration before releasing it. I would have liked a new head sculpt, but just so we're clear, this is not going to be a new head sculpt. This is going to be a repainted head sculpt. And from these pictures, it looks pretty good. And I think it will show an improvement. And that's probably the one thing that I'm curious about is, how much of an improvement do we get? In all of these photos, you'll notice that none of these pictures have her with her mask off, which is interesting because the original prototype photos, they had a lot of mixed matches with her with the goggles on, with the full mask on, with it all the way off. So I'm interested to see if the makeup looks any different or just the general appearance of her looks better. I'm assuming it will, and that's something to be excited about. But overall, like I mentioned, the suit looks to be the exact same material, so hopefully it doesn't start peeling on you, because what's the point of, if you already have Catwoman and she's peeling, I guess you'd get another one and it might last you a couple more years, but that's a real big pain in the rear. So I don't know, that's something that you got to think about. This is still going to be rooted hair. Yeah, it would have been cool if they made it like sculpted hair, but again, the mask wouldn't be able to lift off, I'm assuming, and obviously Hot Toys wouldn't just be able to reissue this. So the biggest add-on here is going to be that they added a diorama base, and it's the underground sewer where Bane and Batman duel. I do like this a lot. It's kind of a catch-22 because I like it that Hot Toys is doing this, because you can incorporate your bases a lot better and actually make it look like a scene from the movie. However, with that, obviously there comes price increases. So that's something to be leery about. I myself don't really use the bases a whole lot unless it's a diorama base. So, it could be really good, but it just stinks that those prices are going to keep climbing. So this will be available on Sideshow probably later today for pre-order, but until then we don't have the information on when she'll be released. I would think it would be a year or less, just because they have this figure already. They've made it. They've done it before, so it's nothing new. It's just a repaint. So it shouldn't take too long, but we just never know what Hot Toys is thinking. Price-wise, I don't know what the original went for. You can let me know in the comments below if you know for sure. I'm guessing it was $220 to $230, and I'm guessing this one's going to be hanging around $300. Again, you get the new diorama base, and then you get the broken cowl. That cowl originally came with Bane, but now they're going to throw that in here with the Catwoman figure. So, just at least they're doing that. They're giving you whatever they can to add on with the figure, but make no mistake, this is pretty much going to be a reissue. It's the same figure. They're just throwing in that diorama base, and then they're giving you that broken bat cowl. So I guess you got to think, if you already got one, I don't know if it pays to buy another one. You may just want to tinker with yours if it's peeling and see what you can do to just make it look nice. The one thing, I guess if they did this one thing for me, then I think I would sell mine and get this one, and that's if they gave it a new body. If we were able to pose this figure better, that would make a difference, because I find that she's very hard to pose, and you know, it's kind of like the old Batman figures where you bend the leg and then it kind of just goes back into place on its own. She's kind of along that same lines. The material of the suit's not as flexible as I would like it to be. So if they could somehow change that up, maybe have a ratcheted body or just a brand new body that it was easier to pose the figure, that would make a difference, because I know for sure we can't get her into these poses on the Bat Pod here. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't look anything like they've made it here, and you can do a lot of tricks with photos too, so that is obviously going to be part of it. Rooted hair, again, it's fine until you take that mask off, and then it's going to go everywhere. So, but I've seen a lot worse figures with the rooted hair. So this one, for the most part, it does lay pretty straight, and I don't really have a problem with my figure. This photo of her looks gorgeous. Again, paint application is probably going to make a big difference there in the head sculpt, so that's obviously a big deal. Something that would be really cool if they did is what they did for the ankle joints for the Star Wars Mandalorian Scout Trooper, where the boots themselves pretty much hide the boot cut design, and you have so much flexibility in the ankles and you really don't see because the boot itself covers it up. If they were able to do that with this figure as well, because again, she has no movement in the ankles, there's no posability there, so she looks pretty awkward in most poses unless she's standing straight up. So if they could do that and just make her more posable, I think that would be another thing that they could do just to improve this figure. But I do worry it's just a reissue, and I am happy for those that missed out on this. I'm happy for all the DC fans like myself out there that Hot Toys is showing some love. But is it going to be worth it if we don't have any improvements on the figure? Is there going to be a market for this figure? I mean, it's Catwoman. She's great. I liked her a lot, and I have the figure. I just don't know if it's enough for me to go through the hassle to sell this one and then get this new one coming out. I don't know if the improvements are going to be enough for me to do that. So as it stands now, I'm just saying this is pretty much a reissue with the new base and the bat cowl. So for me, I'm going to pass unless somehow the paint applications just blow the other one out of the water. Then I'll definitely consider picking this one up, and if they put a new body in, which hopefully they do, and she's going to be more posable, that will make a difference as well. And if they improve the material they used for the pleather, that would also make me want to pick this one up. So there you have it, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this Catwoman figure. Are you going to pick her up? Are you wishing we got a Joker reissue instead? And yeah, let me know what you think and what your plans are with this figure. Until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.